it when entering the classroom is to inspire students that that is to
It is.
that it is to well mm, that it is to their future adventure to always to do best.
No, just to do their
Always
best.
to do their best.
Right. Okay, good.
Class experience helping children overcome personal struggles in each subject has been successful in what does that say? Hold on.
That's your word. That's your word. You use that word.
I did? Hold on.
Yeah. Yes.
Conquering a weakness in learning. Each child is different as a result. I have learned that time must be allowed to discover the specific.
Not allowed. No, it's not allowed. See, I have learned that time must be allotted.
Allotted. Where am I? Oh, allotted.
I don't know how you just gloss over that stuff. You need to try and pay closer attention.
Making me read everything. Okay, I have learned that. Alright. Then you know what? Let me go back to it. If I get stuck, I'll go back to it. How you showed me. Each child is different as a result. I have learned that each time must be allotted to discover.
No. You said I have. It sounds like you said I have learned that each time.
I have learned that. Each child is different as a result. I have learned that time must be allotted to discover specific personal trait
personality
trait of a student.
No, that doesn't say student. What the hell are you reading?
Child.
Stop making stuff up. Everything is right there. What are you doing all this hard work for? Making things up. There's no thinking required.
Okay, so go back to it.
Just continue. Next sentence. You see it? The last sentence?
Okay, it is vital. Vital to understand what a child is drawn. A child is drawn to in terms of a visual. What does that mean?
What do you mean? What's you don't know what visual is?
Not visual, the other one.
Visual, audible. That means hearing.
That's how you spell it?
Yeah. Audible.
Audible. Or hands-on learning for their personality.
That makes sense. You know what I'm wondering? It might help. I forgot to mention it in the last meeting, but I'm wondering if it might be best if you. So after the meeting today, and I think you should go back and redo the same thing to all the other papers that we went over to help you become better familiar with the language is to write down everything. Just copy it on a piece of paper. Just write it word for word. So it'll force your brain to, become more comfortable with the constructs of a sentence,
Okay.
Right, you're gonna do
Yeah.
that?
Well, when you leave, like sometimes, like when we end the meeting, I'm like, oh, because if there's something else, like we'll go back to it in some other time, when after we finish. I wanted to like add something to it, but I wasn't too sure where to add it, so I wanted to ask you first. But that was because I do reread everything what you wrote, and like do it together. And I'm like, oh, we should have added this. Oh, we should have did this. Like that's how I process my brain.
That's good. That's a good idea. But
And I'm like, oh, I forgot to tell you about this. Or sometimes then I said, you know what? No, it doesn't make sense. Now I got used to you. Now I got used to the paper because you tell me it doesn't make sense. Get to the damn point, man.
well, but so the other thing, when you have those ideas, you should write those ideas down, and write down where you think we should apply them. But the other thing though is that so it's good. You want to read it. You want to read it, but you have to copy it word for word, exactly the way it is. So it begins to, your brain begins to process it. So when you finish in your subconscious, your brain works on it. So when you come back to it, you'll be more proficient. Does that make sense?
Yes, definitely.
All right. So I know you might think it's a little bit of work, but
Yeah,
it'll.
you make me do too much work. Like right now, I'm gonna do it on my other assignment that I have. That one I'm gonna see from there.
Wait. What? Say what? Say that again.
No, like we'll write it from word.
You mean copy it? Because the only thing that you have to do is basically just copy it, but you have to pay attention to it. So you'll read it and you'll copy it at the same time, because I find that when you copy something, not only when you just read it, but when you write it down, it helps it helps you to understand it, and it makes more sense to your brain. Even if it doesn't make sense immediately, your brain will work on it in the subconscious, and then when you come back to it, I find that you will have a stronger command of the language, and you'll understand it a bit more completely. But it's vitally important that you copy, like when we finish here, and then I email it to you. It's important that you copy it word for word on a piece of paper.
Oh, okay.
Right, you have to write it though on a separate sheet of paper. So you could leave it on the screen, but you have to write it word for word exactly the way it is, and make sure that when you copy it, when you're writing it, that it's exactly the way it is on the screen. Don't make any changes. Just copy it the way it is. But then after you finish copying it, you can reread it, and then you can make notes on it and say, maybe I want to change this or something like that. But copy it word for word with all the punctuations. Don't leave out punctuations or anything like that. Exactly the way it is. So then we can work on it. Because copying it, it's going to help you, absorb the information. So, okay, so let's continue. So we're finished with the last sentence, and let's see. I'm not sure if I stopped here or further down, but so let's go on. So, a second goal is for my students to constantly look forward to engaging education in the classroom, where I will teach constructive and new learning content each day. So I changed this already. It was a little different. You could look at your original and see what I changed. So, and new learning content each day through a variety of methods. With the broader use of the internet, I can avail student activity from let me see, what the hell did I write? From the global perspective. Let's see, so a thorough lesson plan that will afford students the resources that exist in other countries through interaction with Skype, Zoom, classroom learning, among a number.
Oh, that's how you did that. I'm like, what? Oh, so it's not just only in class, also to do that. Oh.
Right. Yeah, right. So you're showing that you understand that there are a broader perspective of tools and methods to teaching. So this is what you're trying to show.
Yeah, definitely.
Among a number along learning among a number of. Right. So I'm going to change order. Among a number of. Let's get rid of two also. Let me see. I'm getting that. Among a number of other OTH. Let me see, am I getting a number of other ways? So we're going to get rid of all ways there. Of other, and just keep the other ways. Other ways. So I would say instead of keeping the classroom running smoothly, let's say other way. Oops, let me put ways back. Other ways to. I was going to say maybe ensure that the classroom is exciting instead of run smoothly.
Oh, okay,
Right. Other ways
other ways for them to learn,
right.
not just to run class learning among. Can you make a little smaller sexy because the other words are cutting?
Oh,
At the
sorry.
Right.
Good.
Okay. Yeah.
Always.
Okay, so you put
that
classroom learning among the number of other ways to maintain
classroom learning. Right. Okay. Good. Yeah.
So let's say classes can run smoothly, maintain
I like that learning. To maintain that classroom learning is exciting. I think that's how you spell exciting. And engaging. Lack of another term. Exciting and engaging. Let me see. Right. And good. So let me see. Where the hell is that? It's a long sentence. See, a thorough lesson plan. Oh wait, let me see. A thorough lesson plan that will afford students the resources that exist in other countries. Wait, I think that part needs a little bit of. That doesn't make sense. I don't like that. Let me see. A thorough lesson plan will afford students the resources that exist in other countries. Resources that not exist, that are accessible, that are. What if you say that can be? Oops, what the hell do I have? Be so let me see. Am I spelling accessible correctly? No. Let me see if I can fix accessible. How the hell? I don't think I've ever used that word. Okay, there it is. Accessible. Let me see. A thorough lesson plan that will afford students the resources that can be accessible to. Let me see if afford students the resources that can be accessible from to other countries. Let me see. What if you see you with me?
Yeah.
Your cultures. Let me see. What the heck? Other countries, cultures, and I don't. You know what? Let's change other. Different. differe into different countries, cultures, and back grou in grounds. Let me see. A thorough lesson plan that will afford students the resources that can be accessible through. Let me see. A thorough lesson plan. What if you say, I think this is kind of hanging out there. Let me see. I will implement. Yeah, what if you say, I will implement a thorough lesson plan? Let's see what that sounds like. I intend to. Oops. See, how do you spell implement? I-M-implement. Is that it? implement a. Oh wait, no. Is that in? Okay. So I intend to implement a thorough lesson plan that will afford students the resources that can be accessible to different countries, cultures, and backgrounds. Interaction. Let's get rid of and. Too many ands. Let me see. Backgrounds through interaction with Skype, Zoom. Sorry about that. I have the window open. Let's see.
No,
Zoom.
I'm fine. I'm
Okay,
just
Google
reading
Classroom, learning among
different
Classroom,
country culture and
learning,
backgrounds to interacting with Skype, Zoom, Google.
and this should be and Google Classroom learning. I think. What if I think I'm gonna capitalize that whole thing. I think it might. I just heard about it. I think the chancellor. The chancellor just said they're not using Zoom anymore because in schools because they can't. You hear about all those people crashing the meetings. So the next meeting that we have, it's going to have that number, that 6-digit number, and a password, so people can't. Right. So in Google Classroom Learning, among a number of other ways to maintain the classroom learning, maintain that classroom learning is exciting and engaging. Is that proper? Is that exciting? Why doesn't that look like exciting? Departing, leaving. Oh, that's exiting. When you catch that. Exciting. Why does that excite? Exiting. It's exiting. I want exciting. Exciting.
Exciting.
Should there be a C in there? I think exciting. I think. Let me try it now. Oh yeah, okay, good. Thrilling, stirring, stimulating. Actually, let's put stimulating in there instead of exciting, challenging. Let me see, what the hell is that? Exhilarating. I think that might be. Learning is stimulating and engaging. Yeah, I think that sounds better than exciting. Let me see. To maintain that classroom learning is stimulating and engaging. Plus, I think engaging and stimulating are kind of similar. Attractive, appealing, charming. What the hell is that? Winning, fetching. I think it might be okay. So I wonder if we should break this sentence up. I intend to implement a thorough lesson plan that will afford students the resources that can.
Isn't that a long sentence?
I just said that. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Let me see how it sounds. I intend to implement a thorough lesson plan that will afford students the resources that can be accessible to different countries,
cultures, and backgrounds, period.
The only problem is that, but I think you need this last part though. See,
okay, so
you can't break through backgrounds through interaction with Skype, Zoom, and Google Classroom learning, among a number of other ways to maintain that classroom learning and stimulate. No, I think it's okay because it doesn't change topics. So if it changed topics, then you might have a problem.
Because it's really long. So we could put period and also through interacting. Also, students can
I don't think you have to. You don't really have to. This sentence, even though it's long, it's okay because it's not changing subject matter, and it's not It's talking about the exact same thing. So there's some situations where you can get away with this, with long sentences, as long as you're on the same topic. Because you see, like one idea complements or supports the other idea. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right, so you're not changing topics, you're not coming up with different ideas, so that's why you can get away with it. Let's see.
Okay.
It is important to have. Let me see. Therefore, you like your therefores and howevers, don't you? Let me see. It is important to have. Yeah, I think we can get rid of the therefore. Let me see.
I was thinking.
What?
There was, in one of my previous classrooms, one of my parents, they were going away for a month or two. So I set up on my timing, on my volunteering timing, I set up a FaceTime, not Skype, FaceTime, like almost like Zoom. I set up the Zoom account with them, and like once a week, I used to give them like like I gave them like couple packets to do, and it was in preschool, and I'm like, okay, this is what we're learning today. This is what it is. Ask them questions about. Now I want you, and I used to give them homework. So if they were, so we're talking about transportation. Here, what's the difference from transportation? And I used to do it with my first grade and second grade class too. So I used to be like, what's the difference from transportation here and in your country? Some of them they went to Ecuador for like 3 months. Some of them went to like my country back home to Palestine for 3 months. So what do you see? They saw trains and the city wise, but when they went to the country, everyone walked everywhere, or they use horses. But over here, you don't see horses or cows or camels like over there. So like everything was different. So I kind of did that. Like I did the Zoom. That was so funny how you mentioned that.
Well, I mean, it's basically what's going on in the world today now. you know.
Yeah. So like
So,
what's going on, and like right now, like what's going on? A lot of people are stuck in different ways, and you can't do anything. You know?
so you said though that you implemented this method.
Yeah, I did. That's so funny. I forgot about that till you remind me of that.
So when did you implement this method? When did...
Oh, my first year of teaching in 2016, and I did it in 2018 again with my student when they went to Dubai, and another one when they went to when they where did they go? They went back home. They went to like Palestine and Jordan. They stayed there for like 3 4 months.
So let me see. So let me understand exactly what you're saying. You told the students to communicate with the rest of the class or with you?
No, just with me. I told them if you have a chance to talk to one of the parents and to see what's going on, that's fine. But I was like, I had permission from my boss, and she said, yeah, no problem. But it was not coming. It was volunteering. Like I had to. Honestly, it was more time to take me to teach them a lot of stuff, to reteach them what we did, and to give them homework more than like if they were actually in class. You know?
Oh,
Like
so there was
yeah.
still a class going on, but they left, and you were able to conduct a lesson with them.
Yeah, with the students. Yeah.
Oh, that's
It was like
perfect.
it was so funny. It was one student in Pakistan. It was one student in
Let me see. How do we use that here?
I think.
Let me see. I'm trying to think of. It is important to have many objects.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how we're gonna state that here, though.
I don't know.
Wait, what the hell? I'm losing. Oh, yeah, no, the damn connection seems to be going crappy. You hear me? Many creative objects. What? Children's attention. I will use a lot of art materials that will capture.
You see what I wrote? You saw the chat?
What?
You see? I typed hi. Do you see that?
Hold on. I have to go.
No?
I think something came down. Let me see. So,
Nothing. Alright.
wait. I don't see it. Which?
So
Oh, wait. What?
Alright, go on.
Oh, wait. Oh, I think I know which chat you're talking about. Okay, so wait. Let me see. So where the hell is it? Why don't I see chat? No, I don't see chat here. Which chat are you using? Are you using regular chat? Or, yeah, because I'm not seeing it here. Chat. Let me see. What about there? No, I'm not presenting. So what did you write? Hello?
Where are you?
No, I was just checking something.
You want me to erase that?
I can't see it. I don't even know where the hell it is. Let's see.
Where are you?
I don't
Can you
know.
erase that?
Let's see. Yeah, I don't, what? Did I do what?
Can you erase that?
Can I erase what?
No, you want to erase that in?
Oh, yeah, that, I think that might be good. Let's see. But, right, yeah, that would be a good idea. I think that would be perfect. I think that's exactly what we need because right now it's kind of like what you're gonna do and what you want to do, but nothing that says what you have done. So let's put that here right now, and so we'll move this down a little. We'll get that later, and and then we could say you could say in 2016 in 2016 I had the
So in 2016, I had experience doing Zoom.
Engaging a student in what the hell is that? I wonder if you should tell her learning.
When I had experience engaging students in
Learning.
what you wrote here.
He had
Learning, telling, and learning from
back home. So which student do you want to use?
wait, what over here?
Where?
Students, what are you spelling here? After engaging a student in what? In learning?
Tele. I think that's what they call this crap now. Is it telelearning or teleeducation? It means distant learning.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what tele is supposed to stand for. I think they say it's a Greek word or some crap like that. Let's see. In 2016, I had the experience of engaging a student in telelearning when he had to go back home to. So, which student do you want to use? Well, you just said it. What's the problem?
Couple.
Huh? So just pick one. Who the hell cares? Just pick a student. Pick a student. Pick a student.
When they went back home to Jerusalem?
Yeah, okay. Went back home to Jerusalem. How do you hell you spell Jerusalem? Did I spell it? Oh wait, capitalize.
Do I do Jerusalem or should I do?
It doesn't matter. The hell? It doesn't matter. You're just talking about an experience. One's not better than the other. So wait, I didn't spell Jerusalem correctly. Let's see, Jerusalem. I'd be ashamed of myself. That's blasphemous. Not knowing how to spell God's birthplace. Let me see. Telling when he had to go back home to Jerusalem. And, right, so then we'll end that there. So what did you, so you remember which, right, oh, so maybe you can just say, I'm wondering if you need to go into great detail, though.
In 2016, I had experience engaging in telelearning when he had, when a student had to go back.
Right, I'm getting tired. Student had to go back home to Jerusalem. Let me see. I had the experience of engaging a student in telelearning when. Wait, no, we already have student. That's why. Can't do student when, because it's a he, right? When he, right, that's why we had that when he had to go back home to Jerusalem. Let's see, so then maybe you could say, I did not want him to. So what's his name?
Do I have to do a name?
It makes it more. It's better than just saying he and him.
Just put Zach.
Well, let me see. I did not want Zach to miss out
To miss
on
out
his
on his
lessons. Lessons. I did not want Zach to miss out on lessons. So, let me see, lessons. What if you say as a result? So as a result, do you remember? So which one did you use to telelearning? For teleeducation or telelearning?
I use Zoom, like the Skype.
Okay, right. What? No. It's either Zoom or it's Skype. Did you use Zoom or Skype?
Zoom.
Okay, I didn't know Zoom was around that long. So.
Was Zoom around that long or no?
Okay, so we're not making. I thought. Did this really happen?
Yes, it did. I'm trying to see. I used FaceTime with them.
What?
I used FaceTime. But I wanted to use less better than FaceTime. I wanted to write here better than FaceTime.
But what did you use?
I used FaceTime.
So we're gonna use FaceTime.
No! Can we just use Skype and better?
Huh?
Sounds better, Skype.
Why? What's the difference?
I use FaceTime.
So why don't you want to use FaceTime?
I don't know.
So come on, you gotta have a better answer than that, than just I don't know.
Because it sounds better when we say Skype.
No, it doesn't matter in this particular instance.
Okay, so FaceTime.
Yeah, this is, you're not used.
Okay, I use
FaceTime.
FaceTime.
So what kind of lesson was it?
It was each month, so it was like he was away for 3 months. So we did for like twice a week. I would like work on math with him, then I would work on like transportation plan, science.
MON months. Let me see. 3 months. Hello?
3 months. And the lessons that I did was
Okay.
it was science, math, and reading. And I gave him a packet, like I emailed them all packets. And the type of packets I had was like each of them was different.
Oops.
And I had them do like a research. Like what did you learn over there? Or compare contrast.
So you said math, science, and what else?
Math, science.
And you said something else?
Math, science, reading.
Okay.
And writing.
That should, yeah, okay, good. Reading.
And writing.
And writing. Let's see. So, when you said you gave them, let's see, I can, oh wait, what the hell? The lesson. What the hell is lesson? Where the hell did lesson go? The lesson that I conducted. Or the lessons. What the hell did that S go? Why the hell that thing switch over after S? The lessons that I conducted were math, science, reading, and writing. And you said you gave them a packet?
And packet of different things. It would be like math, science.
Wait. How did you give them the packet? Before you left? Before he left?
So I gave them 2 packets before they left.
Okay.
They did it. They sent it to me. I gave them the corrections, and I redid it. And the other packets, I emailed them.
Packets. Before they left. And let's see. I emailed. Oops. Fix that. Oops. I emailed them. Another packet sit. Let me see. While they were, TH, they were in, see if I could spell it, Jerusalem. Why is no, Jerusalem. I think I may have spelled it correctly this time. While they were in Jerusalem. Let's see, so, and then, so, how did you do the corrections?
How did I do it?
How did you conduct the corrections, right?
I will print it out, take some correction, or I would tell them you're missing this, I will type it on the side. I did,
oh, I'm sorry. I think what I meant to say, how did they get the corrections? How did they get?
I went back to them.
How would they get it to you?
You know what I did? I did Google Docs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Right. Okay. So, I also elected to use Google Docs as.
And this is what changed them to be motivated. Even though they were in a different country,
additional method. Let me see. Did I spell Google Docs correctly? Why am I getting the green light, the red light? Google Docs. There's no correction for Google Docs. Is that correct? Is there a period there somewhere? Google Docs.
No. Take out.
Is that it? Just Google Docs? Nothing?
Let me see.
Let me see. As an additional method. To communicate.
Oh no, it won't. That's how it is.
So is that right?
Okay.
Okay.
So into that I had it.
I also elected to use Google Docs as an additional method to communicate the lessons. So maybe you could say much to my URPRISE Zach became. But so you said, because you said they became motivated?
Yeah, they became motivated.
Who's they?
And this is what
Who's
changed.
they? Who's they?
Zach.
So
Zach and his parents.
Huh?
Zach and his parents.
Okay. Zach and his parents and BECA became more motivated. So when you say more motivated to do what? Motivated to do what?
To learn. When they came back, they were so motivated that they want to keep on learning. The parents, I kind of changed. I feel like doing this, I changed his life. Because he's doing very good right now.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because I kept on motivating him. Because he said, yay, I'm not going to do any work. Yay, ha ha ha. And I said, oh yeah, I'm going to get you to work. So I kind of talked to the parents and I'm like, listen, it's not right. I talked to them in Arabic. I'm like, listen, I understand you have to go back home. There's important things, I understand, but you're missing out on your son's education.
Right.
And he has to work. And they said, you know what, you're right. And we did.
Okay, good. I like that. Before they left
yeah, they didn't want to do it. Then like I kind of like gave them a meeting. I said, well, they have to.
Zach stated that this let me see that his PR trip will be GREATBCAU. He will not have to do any schoolwork.
And I feel like even though they were in a different country, like he changed other people's life, and he told me that he showed other people how to do it, and
stating that Zach cannot miss his SCH schoolwork. And let me see, and that we will use this.
I feel like doing this is actually motivates kids, even though they're home. This actually motivates them to actually do work. Some of them doesn't get to their head, some of them do.
Let me see. I spoke to Zach's parents today, and Zach cannot miss his schoolwork, and that he will this method of learning. Okay, good. His parents were in full agreement. Let's see, and then see what page are we on? Okay, 2 of 3. His parents were in full agreement. So let me see. So much to my surprise, his parents became more motivated to learn. Zach has greatly improved before they left for Jerusalem. His trip. Okay, I think that's good. I think that should cover everything. And right. So what was that last statement that you made? What was that last statement that you made? I thought that was interesting.
It changes Zach's life. It made a difference for him. Now he's going, he's in 5th grade now. He's in 5th grade now, and he's doing very well. Before he wasn't. Before, like, I couldn't get to his head. Like now, like he's doing very well. He's going to a really good program for, like, I can get in contact with the parents. And you know what? That helped him read, because he had struggling in reading. That helped him read too. He had like, you know what? Matter of fact, his mom just sent me a video about him reading like a hard, like high level, and now because of, oh yeah, his mom texted me, thank you so much for us doing this, because now he's doing Zoom with the other professors, with the other teachers, and he's doing good with the online. So he got practice with that.
Oh, awesome. Let's see. So Zach's mother thanked me for suggesting
doing really good
Glasses.
for himself, and I feel like this could change other people's lives.
Good.
Doing it, because you know how back in it says what could change, like what prefer to have a peaceful world. That's what I
Right.
think it is.
Right. Oh wait, I forgot to read that part. Okay. Oh, the peaceful world stuff. Let me see, where the hell are we? So this is 2 of 3.
But
All
with
right.
peaceful world,
Okay.
I think
I'm cutting it.